From Gyan Professional Academy, 1st of February 2017, and we are trying to analyze what the budget had in store for us. Starting off with the tax rates, as far as individuals are concerned, for the range of 2.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs, instead of the effective 10%, now it is 5%. But of course, there is little bad news. As far as the rebate that we earlier used to get under section 87A of 5,000 rupees for those individuals who had income up to 5 lakhs, it has been revised from 5,000 to 2,500, and the eligibility is only if you have income up to 3,50,000. Coming to the surcharge, as far as individuals who have income greater than 50 lakhs, they have an additional surcharge of 10%, thereby increasing the 10% to surcharge. Obviously, it is tax on tax, so effectively it increases by 3%. As far as corporate taxation is concerned, as promised earlier, now for MSMEs, that is micro, small and medium enterprises, for turnover of up to 50 crores, the effective tax rate is being reduced to 25%. As far as MAT is concerned, the MAT earlier it could be carried forward for 10 years, now it can be carried forward for 15 years. Now, the second aspect which we are going to discuss is the compliance aspect. Proposes to introduce a new single page form, so for individuals who have income up to 5 lakhs, a simple form is planned to be introduced. Also, another amendment there is the due date for filing a belated return will be now only 12 months from the end of the financial year. Also, for those following, that is for individuals and HUF covered by section 44AA, that is maintenance of books of accounts, the benchmark of 10 lakhs has now been increased to 25 lakhs, and the benchmark of 1.5 lakhs profit has now been increased to 2.5 lakhs profit. Having said that, for other than individuals, he's put political parties at stake. So, the idea behind the amendment, in my opinion, is to get about transparency in funding of political parties. Earlier, for those donations which were accepted by political parties, anonymous donations, if the donation was less than 20,000 or up to 20,000, there need not be any details being maintained. However, now the limit has been reduced to 2,000 rupees, and of course, political parties can receive donations through check or through digital mode. He also proposes to introduce a new scheme of bonds, which we will learn later. And as far as the domestic transfer pricing provisions are concerned, earlier domestic transfer pricing has increased compliance for a lot of corporates. This is proposed to be reduced because now the proposal is to only get those entities where one of the associated enterprise is taking a profit-linked incentive. So, in my opinion, if none of the entities is taking any profit-linked incentive, then domestic pricing provisions should not apply. As far as assessments are concerned, we used to have 24 months earlier, it was reversed back to 21 months, and now it is being put at 18 months from the end of the assessment year for scrutiny assessments. Lesser time, more compliance, pushing the file forward. And of course, chartered accountants are now going to be busy in the month of September instead of being busy in the month of December. So, let's see how that works out. And of course, it is proposed to be made from the 18 months to 12 months, which is going to be even tougher. As far as taxability is concerned, starting off with banks, the provision earlier under section 3617A, where 7.5% of the provision could be made on non-performing assets, has been increased to 8.5%. And secondly, for startups, there was a tax holiday for 83 years out of the 5 years. Of course, this has been extended. Instead of 3 years out of 5 years, it has been made 3 years out of 7 years. And there was a condition of the promoter holding at least 51% of the equity, which now is going to be removed. The next one, of course, is in respect of presumptive taxation under section 44AD. As existing today, for turnover up to 2 crores for an individual, HUF or a firm, they have to declare 8% of their turnover as deemed income. This is now going to be proposed to be shifted to 6%. But remember, this 6% is only going to be on non-cash transactions. In my opinion, this is simply to absorb the transaction fees, ranges between 1.25% and 1.75%. So good move. Businessmen will now be ready to accept online payments and even take the burden of that transaction fee, getting more transactions online. As far as real estate is concerned, yes, there has been good clarification. Starting number one with the housing, low income housing, there has been a profit linked incentive scheme which was given. Of course, one of the conditions mentioned there was that in metros it was supposed to be 30 square meters, and in cities other than metros it was 60 square meters. Of course, the term referred then was built up area. Now it has been clarified, or rather proposed to change it to carpet area, meaning to say the low income housing, those construction companies which are now into that will now give a little bigger home. It's a good move, it's a good clarity. As far as joint development agreements are concerned, good clarity on that. A lot of people have been suffering due to the non-availability of any clarity from any authority. There was always a hustle whether the joint development, the tax arising, the capital gains arising on the joint development agreement should be taxed at the time of entering into the agreement, or at the time of giving the possession, or at the time of completion of the project. So it is now being clarified that the taxation will arise only at the completion of the project. Good news. So builders now would not have to give an upfront deposit for payment of the capital gains tax, and this would definitely reduce the interest cost and would be making ready capital availability. Coming to the change in the base rate, as we used to earlier follow the base rate, now it has been shifted to 2001, a small change there. And as far as the period of holding in respect of immovable property is concerned, the period of holding, if it was greater than 3 years, we used to consider as long term. So now it has been changed to 2 years. So good news for those who are holding immovable property. It will be considered as long term after the completion of 2 years, and therefore be taxed at a lower rate than had it been as a short term. Coming to the exemption given to the land pooling that's happening in the state of Telangana. So any person selling their land for the purpose of land pooling for the formation of state, the sale consideration will be exempt from tax. As far as the compliance in respect of cash transactions is concerned, he has reduced the limit under 40A3 from 20,000 to 10,000. Also, strictly banned all cash transactions above 3 lakh rupees. So that's a good move. Coming next to the TDS aspect, a small change. We generally deduct 5% on the commission that is being paid to insurance agents. Most of these insurance agents don't even cross the basic exemption limit. So now in the TDS provisions, if the insurance agent gives a declaration stating the fact that his income has not crossed the taxable income limit, then the TDS will not be or need not be deducted. So that's majorly all the proposals as far as direct taxes are concerned. As far as indirect taxes are concerned, on liquefied natural gas, there has been a cut in the customs duty. As far as the equipment that is going to be used for transforming India into digital India, like point of sale machines, cash machines, all the equipment can be imported without paying any customs duty, so he's exempted that. Also on components, he has exempted, so it is to promote manufacturers in our country to import the components and to manufacture these digital machines in India. It could be fingerprint machines, it could be whatnot. So overall, a decent budget, not too much of a change, but yes, I think the biggest relief is for those who are in real estate. A lot of clarity that has been given there. And yeah, let's see, as and when we analyze more about the budget, I'll come up with more updates. So hang on there, and yeah, log on to cagyan.com for the class schedules, and log on to tuition.in for the online classes. Have a good day. Thanks.